So you can expect another cracking matchup between these two sides. Let's take a look at the Sreenidi Deccan dressing room. It's all about David Castaneda, who knows for them. Gabriel Rosenberg has done well this season as well. Romavia scored a hat-trick a couple of seasons ago versus Gokulam Kerala in what was an emphatic victory over them. Sreenidi Deccan in second place and just behind Mohammedan Sporting, 3 points today will hold them in good stead before the Christmas break. This was them entering Deccan Arena just before, a few hours before kickoff, as we will hear from Carlos Manuel Vaz Pinto, their coach, as we prepare for this 3 p.m. kickoff.
Good afternoon, coach. Thoughts on your win against Delhi FC?
So it was important. We get 3 points, but it's past for us. Now we are focused for today's match. Of course, win give always confidence, and as I said, it was important, of course.
What are your plans for the game today?
Yes, we have a plan like to the others. We respect all opponents. Gokulam, expectation is always fight to the title. It's a good team, and last results are not what they, of course, they want, but they have good team, and we expect tough match like last season and previous season. So we think that will be a very good match.
Any change for the team today?
Yes, some chances are there because the schedule is tough. We travel also a lot. We have to look for the momentum of the players, and we did some changes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And the visitors, Gokulam Kerala, come into this game with no win in their last 6 encounters, and with 6 points between them and Sreenidi Deccan today. It is high time that Gokulam Kerala get back to winning ways. They are used to winning games in the I-League, but this season it hasn't been the best of starts for them. Just the 3 wins and drawing the most games so far, 5 in particular.
Good afternoon, coach.
Good afternoon.
What was missing in your last game against Ezwal?
I think against Ezwal we played a normal first half, but the second half I think we played better with performance. We have a lot of challenge of goal, chance of goal, and finally we think we deserve 2 points more. But football is sometimes you have lucky, sometimes you are not very lucky. In this case, I think at the end we had a lot of chances of goal, but we need to improve, and I hope we can do a better performance today.
What's your game plan for today?
Today we are playing against one of the best teams in this league. They are a very good structure as a team. We start with the opening, and we will try to do our best for winning. It's very hard for us playing 2 matches in 3 days, but I think if we are concentrated, if we are thinking about what we want to do, we can get 3 points here against one of the best teams in I-League.
Any change in the side?
Yeah, obviously, playing 2 matches in 3 days, it's normal. You have to change some players, but anyway, everybody's ready for do it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
So that was Domingo Ramos Cabrera from Gokulam Kerala, and let's take a look at the lineup. Sreenidi Deccan lineup in a 4-3-3 formation. Gurmukh Sajid, Ali Sabia and Jagdeep at the back. Arun Sissoko, Luanga in the middle. Gabriel, David Castaneda, Munoz and Rilwan Hassan have been really good up top. In and amongst the goals and in between the sticks, it is Albino Gomes. For Gokulam Kerala, Vilash Paul. In between the sticks, there's Nidin, Hakku, Aminu Boba, Vikash, then Shikuttan, Rishad, Nili Perdomo, who pulls the strings, Abhijit and Comron, and up top, Alex Sanchez, who has got 10 goals this season in the I-League and will be wanting more. Mrityunjay Amatya is the referee for today, assisted by Maria Tony and A. Cholan, as well as Suresh Devaraj. And this is how things stand. Mohammedan Sporting sitting pretty on 24 points. Sreenidi Deccan on 20. Then there's Real Kashmir, Aizawl and Shillong Lajong in between them and Gokulam Kerala, who are on 14 points. A win for them today can take them only as high as 5th, but a little close at least to where they usually like to be in the I-League, and that is towards the top. Two-time winners of the I-League a couple of seasons ago, Gokulam Kerala. They do not accept anything apart from the title, and Sreenidi Deccan themselves have been quite close in a couple of seasons. Is this their year, or will it be the year of the Black and White Brigade? That will all transpire as we move forward in this I-League campaign. But for now, it is the Deccan Warriors playing host to the Malabarians. And alongside me in the comm box today, for the first time joining me and as a pair, it's Vashfar Ghosh. Nice to have you, Vashfar. What do you make of this game today?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an exciting encounter which awaits, of course, especially given that, as you already mentioned, 2 times champions Gokulam Kerala in a position where they're lately not habituated being in, and Sreenidi Deccan, who have somewhat made the 2nd position their home, but they want that top spot, and Mohammedan is right now very firm in that 1st position. They've dropped points a match ago against Churchill Brothers, and Sreenidi would want more of that, but they will focus on themselves to snatch 3 points from this fixture.
Oh yes, definitely. You mentioned, well, whenever you speak about the I-League, you do tend to mention those 3 teams, Gokulam Kerala, Mohammedan Sporting and Sreenidi Deccan. Incidentally enough, they all fell short last season when Punjab FC ran away with it. So that will always be in the back of their minds when they have to go out and do it. Sreenidi Deccan haven't yet. That's why this could be their year. Mohammedan Sporting are on top now, but it's all about Gokulam Kerala, who haven't had the best of seasons and have dropped a lot of points in the form of draws, and that is something that will be disappointing for them.
Well, there's the 2 captains, David Castaneda and Alex Sanchez. Both of them the goal-scoring threat for their teams. One has already been firing, 10 in, and David Castaneda as well, not far behind, 4 in the season, hasn't played all the games, but he will look to top the charts as well in terms of goal-scoring. And one more thing, as you said, Gokulam haven't been doing too well this season. The problem has been leaking goals. The way we know Gokulam to be playing is a tight defense, solid and compact side who are difficult to beat. But this season they've already conceded 14 goals. That's been the issue. But lately, in the last 2 matches, they have somewhat found that combination with the players who already had some experience with this very side. Abdul Hakku, Popa Aminu, all of them getting starts. And Avilash Paul has been very, very impressive. 2 clean sheets for him in 4 games he played.
Oh yes, that's very important to have that base of players who have been around, who have done it before for Gokulam Kerala, and the likes of Srikuttan also coming to the party. He is very important. There is Avilash Paul, who hasn't played too much of football leading into this I-League campaign, but when called upon has done really well. As we will be kicking off very soon, Gokulam Kerala sporting their green jersey today, and Sreenidi Deccan, of course, playing host, and it will be about Castaneda and Alex Sanchez, both the skippers who love to get amongst the goals.
Well, it will be, and the 2-time champions taking on one who has been eyeing for that title since a good while now, and in mind, underway with proceedings here in match number 67. It's Sreenidi in their orange strides, attacking from right to left, and Gokulam from left to right of his screens, who are straight away in attack.
That'll be very interesting to see how the defenses cope up with the attacks. Looks like that'll be a first push of the game and the first foul. And we've got the likes of Castaneda, Munoz and Rilvan along with Rosenberg. Those 3 together work really well. And on the other hand, for Gokulam Kerala, of course, we will mention Sanchez as things go around, and also Nili Perdomo. They really work well together. And then you throw in the likes of Srikuttan as well, with Comron, of course, and they are a force to reckon with as well.
Well, indeed, they've got the combination finally after a while, and they would hope that it clicks. It's been tough away from home for them, haven't been beaten at home, but right now it's an away match, and they have to think ways to find points out of this. Rilwan San trying to control it and wins a free kick for Sreenidi in their own half, of course.
It's a big game, it always is when these two face each other. And in the 4 encounters, Vashwar, there have been 2 wins for either of the sides, no draws, and of course no goalless draw as well. So one thing is for sure, that we will be expecting goals today, and also the fact that the defenses haven't been the best like they usually are. So this should be a high scoring encounter.
Well, indeed, it is somewhat neck to neck between them. As you said, 4 meetings, 2 for each side. The stat books are open, as well as the rivalry getting heated gradually. They want to get to the better of one another in that head-to-head as well. And Gokulam move forward from the center of the park. Enough space and time allowed. The shot comes in. More of an ambitious attempt. And neither had the power of Venom to beat the keeper.
Now, Rishad is quite dangerous from those areas. But as you said, not the best of shots here is Bobo Aminu. So calm and composed, and Haku now playing centrally also adds that stability as he looks for Sanchez. They will look to bring him into the game early on.
Well, one player you mentioned at the start who's got a hat-trick in this very fixture, that was their second meeting. That was an away match, a 3-1 victory for Sreenidi. 3 goals for Romavia. He is on the bench today. Has been impressive this season as well. We'll talk about him once, or maybe if he gets a chance in the second half. But right now it is David Castaneda who has got a start after, well, generally he's one who likes to start games, but it wasn't the case this season. There has been the Brazilian, William Oliveira, who generally has been given opportunities. But then David Castaneda always has that edge coming into the game.
No, yeah, you can't write him off if he's not scoring goals. He's assisting them. If he's not doing that, then he's dropping deep and building the play. He's one of those players which you can't keep out of the game, and that's why he's got the captain's armband. And now he will be targeted with this free kick. It's going to be a good battle between him and Bobo Aminu. Luanga looks like he might be putting it in. In fact, he does not. Rilwan goes for it. Decent delivery, but headed away out of danger.
Well, indeed, and back with Sreenidi. That's how they like to play. They want to keep possession. They want to play it around that. It's more than the eye-catching brand of football is what Sreenidi like to play. And their head coach Carlos Vaz Pinto, that's what the instructions is from him. And one player whom I'm not seeing in the lineup today is Maya Kanan. Has been such a solid presence in that central defensive midfield. But then the good part is they had the bench strength, and the one who comes in is Sissoko, a solid foreign recruit who will just sit in that position and has the ability to go in attacks as well. And there he is on the ball, wins a throw in.
Oh yes, definitely. Someone like Maya always props up, holds on to that midfield, can move forward, can sit back as well. But we have someone like Sissoko, then that's an able replacement. There's a long throw which comes in, flicks straight into the safe hands of Avilash Paul. Not the easiest of conditions here. What with the game being played on the AstroTurf surface, and an afternoon game which these two teams sometimes are not used to. Here is Sanchez. There is a tackle which comes in. Play on, says the ref. Comron gets his first proper touch, but could not find Abhijit. And here's Rilwan.
There's just a bit of pressure there from Gokulam, and forced to play a few passes in the back line. That's a bit of risk taken, but they're very potent with that. Tulunga switches it to the right-hand side. This one player has been catching eyes. Jagdeep goes and overlaps, defensively solid, and has scored 2 goals in a game as well. That makes him more and more impressive for the people watching and maybe noting down as well. And he has calmed down too, so no stranger to this very league.
Oh yes, he's been superb in the different teams that he's been a part of, Chow and Churchill Brothers, and now you get the feeling that he wants to do more for Gokulam Kerala. A few pushes there, and Abhijit finally gets the free kick. And it's interesting that you say that, because there he is, playing that long ball. Doesn't go too far though. Here's Rilwan, who's dropped quite deep so far. Does really well to play it forward, as Sreenidi Deccan will continue with this throw-in.
Well, indeed. And one point that will play in the mind of Gokulam Kerala is that they haven't found a win in 6 matches now. It is 6 in a row, and all those 6 matches they haven't kept a clean sheet. So that is a bit of an issue for Domingo Cabrera, which he probably will think in his mind, or at least as per his plan, that it is solved. But only 90 minutes will tell us if anything has actually been resolved.
And the interesting part was, for about those 6 games without a win, is that before that they won 3 in a row, and they were really starting to string some wins together, and then suddenly they've fallen off of Gokulam Kerala. So this is the best opportunity for them. And speaking of opportunities, Sanchez almost got the better there, but couldn't get past Ali Sabia, who's so good at reading the game.
Well, and that's where we were talking about the pitch. The turf comes into play, I believe. A little bit of awkward bounce for the striker to control, but good vision again to find that pass. Just not controlled well by Alex Sanchez, and if he could have, we all know what he can do. There's Nili trying to get in the Campbell. Will be cleared away finally. Good start from Gokulam here, and now Wilman Hassan is running through.
He plays it towards Castaneda. That hold-up play of his is very good usually, but could not fend off Bobo Amino. There's Perdomo, who's pulled up here. This could be an issue. Luanga will move forward. Hopefully Perdomo is okay, but Sreenidi Deccan will move forward with it. Lost by Sissoko though.
Well, perhaps a bit of a frustration there more than a pull, I believe, the reaction. He was trying to get it one way off the defender and go the other. Just a bit of power, extra power rather. There's Nili Perdomo dropping deep. No Edu Badia as well in the starting 11. He's there on the bench for Gokulam. Sits in that deep central defensive midfield role. We all know what he can do. He hasn't been that effective lately. That is why the change to today's 11. 4-2-3-1 somewhat on paper.
Yes, Edu Badia. What a quality signing. He started off the season so well. And you just get the feeling that as we see Perdomo move forward, he's done supremely well there, and he scores an absolute worldie there. Nili Perdomo, he got his touch wrong before this, but there was everything right with this one, and Gokulam Kerala get the lead within the first 9 minutes of this game.
Well, that is the threat he has. A glitch and a move to the right hand side. Albino beaten. Would have expected and backed himself to do better, but when the defender is beaten so easily with that quality Nili has, well, look at that again. He went straight to the coaching staff to thank them rather. And there it is, the replay again went one way and then the other. The defender had no clue. It's Ali Sabia. It's difficult to do that against a big man like him, but Nili Perdomo is nonetheless.
Oh yes, it was Salsa versus Samba there, with the Spaniard taking on the Brazilian. Salsa wins that battle, and that was incredible from Nili Perdomo. And what a start now for Gokulam Kerala. But Sreenidi Deccan need to try and come back. Here they are with the ball, trying to move it forward. Sissoko plays it wide, chance for a ball in, decent delivery, well dealt with, a bit of awkward bounce, and then Bobo Amino clears it.
Well, they would want to pull it back quickly because they have had a bit of issues lately, even though they've got 2 away wins in their last 5 matches. But then the next 2 were a bit difficult. 2-1 loss against Mohammedan and 0-0 draw against Real Kashmir. That is always a tough fixture. They would take it as a positive, but now again, trying to apply that high press, and well done by Jagdeep there to not let the corner be awarded.
Sreenidi Deccan have been so good in the Deccan arena in this season and the season before, and this season just feels like towards the last few games they haven't been at their best, and already now going behind versus a Gokulam Kerala side who I think have started off slightly better. Time for a long throw now. Well dealt with by the defense. Falls out to Rishad, who can shoot it from there. Bit of quick feed from him, but then a sea of orange stops him in his tracks.
Well, indeed, a sea of orange. So many orange shirts just blocking him out. And there's pressure again from Srikutan this time on the right-hand side. Kurmuk under pressure. Gokulam win it back. A positive start from Gokulam. And they continue attacking. They do not want to put any breaks or pauses. So Nilipatomo releases Nidin. Just driving inside the box. Finds a crossing too. And hits a defender. Thankfully for Sreenidi Deccan. It is another man who has got a start today. Sajid Albino under test, under pressure.
Yeah, Gokulam Kerala want to double their lead as soon as possible. Not going to be easy for Sreenidi Deccan to play their way out. They try it here. And Castaneda, who knows very deep and usually does that to try and take the pressure onto him. He's one of those players. I think today is a big day for him to try and pick this side up and get them back into winning ways. Avilash Paul clears it quite well, but nothing comes off it.
Tulunga does well to skip past Komron, controls it. He's a recruiter coming in from Royal Kashmir last season, has been pretty solid and has that attacking prowess too, can score goals. Always good to have such players where they want goals right now. Sreenidi Deccan, they're the most lethal attack this season so far. 22 goals scored, that's the highest by any team. The second, of course, a joint second I would say, is Gokulam indeed with 19. But the problem is, out of those 22 goals, in the last 3 matches, Sreenidi have scored only 2 combined. And Gokulam in attack again with Srikutan.
Yeah, as I said, both teams really attack well. Here's Srikutan again, down the right-hand side. Good piece of defending, he'll have to turn back. Abhijit has a chance to dink it in. Decent delivery, but Ali Sabia is there. There's Komron. He hasn't been involved too much. Another ball in, it's a good one. And Sanchez rises and rises well, but I think the final touch came off a defensive shirt. And it will be a corner for the visitors. They have started this game ever so well.
Well, it is another threatening ball in. Look at that. The defender just did enough to get a touch and a corner for Gokulam Kerala. And if Alex Sanchez would have got that, just gave glimpses of his goal in the previous match itself. A similar ball in and a header. And now Nilipatomo delivers. Headed out by who else? The number 11s in Indian football. I've seen doing that a lot of times. It's David Castaneda this time. And Nilipatomo, this particular idea isn't quite working today. But he's already done the damage though.
Oh yes, just trying to tap it past and then run around, which as you said on the turf is not that easy. Avilash Paul has had quite an easy afternoon so far. Might get tougher as it goes forward, but Sreenidi Deccan, we spoke about their attack, they haven't really moved forward so far. Gokulam Kerala just seem ready for this game and they want to get those 3 points, which they haven't in their last 6 as we mentioned, but that early goal will help them and now takes them to 20 in the campaign.
Well, these kind of teams generally do not stay long a time without a win, and maybe they're eyeing this one, but Sreenidi will back themselves. And you mentioned Avilash Paul a moment ago. He was taking his time and that pass just running down the clock. Too early though to do that, but just because he had the opportunity. And he's a very, very promising goalkeeper, already 28 years of age. Didn't play too much, but has been around for various clubs. He's played in the I-League for Aizawl before, and well, he will back himself for a clean sheet, but this is one of his toughest tests. Nilipatomo lines up for another corner, just waiting for the signals there. A very interesting line inside the box. Nilipatomo is still taking his time.
Does whip it in, it's a good delivery, this could be number 2. It's just over the top from Buvaminu, usually so prolific in front of goal. It just fell to him ever so quickly and couldn't readjust in time.
Well, that is the 5th shot now from Gokulam. Look at that, just over. How did he not hit the target? But the first one was more difficult. Oh, he was just not looking at that, just turning around with his back towards the goal. Difficult, just tried to just heel it in. You as a striker would somewhat be able to describe that better.
Oh yes, I think it just bounced a bit too much for him. So then the back heel was out of the equation, couldn't really head it either. Of course, can't use your back in those instances, but Had it fall into his head, maybe a bit of a back header could have been possible, but this is a great start from Gokulam Kerala. And it's one thing to have a few chances, but it's another thing to dictate the tempo, and that is something that they have done. But this could be the chance for Sreenidi Deccan. A great ball in towards Sissoko. There might have been a bit of a push, but it fell straight into Avilash Paul's hands. He does stay down for the time being though.
Well, he's felt a knock on his head, and even in the midfield you could see Rishad pointing to just shift attention to the player who's down. Head injuries always treated with first priority. Hopefully he's all right. A strong lad there, Sissoko. He's trying to get in the game, but look at that again. They got the ball, but some damage done to Sissoko as well.
Just a bit of time to rehydrate and hear the coaches if they need to say something to the players. Avilash does not waste too much time. Gets a lot of height on that one. Now it's Sabia. Gets the header away. He's always going to win that battle when it comes to the aerial ability. But you've got to be careful, of course, of Sanchez. And here's Perdomo, plays it towards Shikutan, goes for the cutback. Superb defending, and then it looks like there was a bit of a clip from behind.
There was a pull from behind, but a somewhat dramatic reaction from Gurmukh. But indeed a pull from behind, and that's why it is a free kick. And look at that again. Somewhat a clash and a pull as well. And Sreenidi need to focus. They're not being able to deal with that high press, and again loses possession. Gokulam will come in attack. And you said Comron wasn't involved as such. Maybe because he's been given a different role as a proper winger. Generally he likes to play as that secondary striker, or at least drives inside in such a position. And there's Alex Sanchez right now. The throw in goes in favour of Gokulam.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that Comron does like to play there. And they do have Nofal, who's not starting today. He has been superb down that right-hand side. Shikutan sometimes likes to play on the left. There is a flick on, but Gurmukh will get that away. So they are spoiled for choice sometimes, are Gokulam Kerala. And just get the feeling that if Nofal comes on with around 30-40 minutes to play, then he can be very dangerous.
Well, there is a plan maybe from Domingo Cabrera. He has such weapons on the bench. He has Nofal, he has Basit Ahmed Bhatt, and even Asfar Nurani in the likes, and a few more impressive players. That's a long throw, headed out at the moment. Nili Perdomo will control. Gokulam looking to increase their tally. Here comes Nathan from the right, combining with Abhijit. So comfortable in possession, almost as if it's their home game, but it's not just letting you not being deceived in this one. And once more, they will move forward.
Yeah, they are matching with the pitch, but it's definitely not their home game. But the Deccan Arena, as I said, has been a great area for Sreenidi Deccan, I beg your pardon. Usually so good there, but today just haven't been in their stride. Here's Comron, already looking better when he's in the midfield. Plays it wide, Vikash goes for another long ball. That's a good delivery, and it could be number 2 here. Brilliant save from Albino Gomes. And then another header out. It should have been number 2 for Gokulam Kerala. It fell to them kindly, but a great save from Gomes.
Well, third corner now awarded, and a great save from Albino Gomes. Goes down quickly enough, and that is important as a keeper. It's always difficult to go down that way, and a mistake from the defense. And Alex Sanchez, half an inch of space, he just swiftly gets in between those defenders. Look at that again, Srikutan. He doesn't know that it felt kindly for his teammate, but Alex Sanchez would have expected to see another goal. Nili Perdomo delivers. Gokulam looking dangerous at the moment. Still with them. Another cross in. Well, this time it's more out than in. A goal kick for Sreenidi Deccan.
I think it's time for Sreenidi Deccan to just hold on to the ball a bit, calm things down, bring the likes of Rilwan and David Castaneda Munoz into the game.
Well, there's a problem with this Sreenidi side today. Well, I don't know if they believe it's a problem. Of course, they do not. That's why they have fielded this 11. But I personally would say midfield is the heart of a team. And when you change the entire midfield, it's somewhat a problem. You generally see, as we said, Maya Kannan, along with him, Romavia would start games. There has been a set of players. And now Rosenberg driving inside. Meanwhile, for Sreenidi, another toe poker, strong defending. And getting back to what I was saying, the entire midfield today is different for Sreenidi with Sissoko, Tulunga and Arun Kumar. Do not get me wrong, they have the quality, but the combination, once broken, it's difficult. That's why the supply is not coming for David Castaneda. Even Rilvan Hassan hasn't made those runs today.
Oh yes, I definitely agree there, Vashwar. You've got to run the game, especially in a big game like this, when you've got that midfield engine, and the likes of Faisal also not starting means that they don't have him. But the positive is that they do have a very strong bench, and they might need that, especially when they're trailing. Decent reverse ball, but no space really. Perdomo goes for the nutmeg and then gets a push and will be awarded with a free kick. He has been great today.
Indeed, but it was Tulunga a bit eager to win the ball back, but with time passing by, there will be an amount of frustration creeping in this Sreenidi Deccan side, not because they are behind, but because they are not being able to control the game. Gokulam just have charge of this one. There's Tulunga just saying to the referee it was a shoulder push, but it clipped the ankle as well from behind, and Gokulam once again trying to trouble the Sreenidi defense. Even the defense line has a few changes with Sajid and Gurmukh coming in. It sometimes is an issue, but then you have to deal with it. Life goes on, a long league, everyone needs to play a part. And that is why squad rotation is something we often talk about is important. Generally done well by Carlos Vaz Pinto. Too early in the season, I would say. Already halfway almost though, but not too much time to test. Here's another chance. Nidin driving forward. Cuts back, not enough support.
Yes, and Sreenidi Deccan, as I said, not being able to hold on to the ball. Maybe, just maybe Vashwar, a change could be on the cards even before half time. I think they don't want to rush it, of course, but as things stand, it's been all Gokulam Kerala. There's Zoko with the flick. Now he gets the ball back. Lots of space down the right hand side. Went for the nutmeg pass. And Rosenberg will keep it in. Plays a nice 1-2. Chance for a ball in. And Rishad does ever so well to snuff that out. Good piece of play there between Arun Kumar and Rosenberg Gabriel.
Well, this is the first time in 23 minutes a promising move from Sreenidi. That looked better, more likely from Sreenidi. Jagdeep with the long throw in. It was David Castaneda, the target man. Another chance, Rosenberg with a shot. And is it? Well, it's side netting, I believe. Almost a sharp attempt from Rosenberg Gabriel. He has an eye for goal.
Well, he has been very good this season, already netted thrice. This time, unfortunately for him, it was the side netting. Would have been a blinder. Avilash Paul looked to have been beaten there. Brilliant shot on the turn. No chance for any of the defenders to react. And that is the first proper chance for Sreenidi Deccan. Not the best of challenges. Here come Gokulam Kerala down the left hand side. A few men in the box if they choose to cross it. Comron with the cutback. She could turn. And has that gone out? Yes, that has gone out. Somehow the defender got a touch. It looked like it was going to trickle into the back of the net, but eventually it goes out for a corner.
Well, this was dangerous play again from Gokulam. Just when Sreenidi thought they are just growing into the game, Gokulam just calmed them down again. They are in control and they want to be in control. Another corner, fourth one, none for Sreenidi. That was the first shot, in fact, from Sreenidi Deccan. That's that last attack. Nili Patermo again. They need to try and convert these corners. It's just a one-goal lead, always slender, even though they have control, but majority of the match yet to be played here. There's some issues with Poba and Sissoko. Poba, I mean, always likes to be in the box whenever there's a set piece. He has the ability to convert chances. Somewhat a striker in these kind of situations. A different idea. Comron too. So now that's totally scuffed.
But the idea was right there. Just trying something different. And That's the 8th shot of the game from the number 7. Has been a dominant display from Gokulam Kerala, but it counts for nothing if they don't double their lead. I feel Sreenidi Deccan, if they can get back into this game with a goal, then definitely will be feeling a lot better with themselves. And that's a good piece of pressing there from Srikuttan, who is also a live wire. Has not started all the games this season, but whenever called upon, whether it's via the left wing, the right wing, centrally, he has been a great player for Gokulam Kerala over the years.
Well, I always mention him and two more players whenever Gokulam have a match. It's somewhat a trio which works that way. Srikuttan, Nofal and Shijin. These three of them combined so well. Shijin hasn't got too much of games this season, but these three are always somewhat on the same wavelength, always consistent, which is the best part of these players. Another foul, a few complaints, and Carlos Pinto doesn't like that. There's a replay of it.
It looks like Vikash went into Sissoko. Both of them very big athletes. That's a tough one right in front of the Sreenidi Deccan bench and in front of that 4th official. Time for the Deccan Warriors to launch it once again. There is a touch from David Castaneda Munoz, who we haven't seen much of in the last few minutes. They really need to get him involved. Otherwise, it's all too easy for the likes of Avilash Paul and the Gokulam Kerala defense.
One interesting thing, Liam, Sreenidi have out of their 6 wins only won twice when they have conceded a goal. The other 4 have been clean sheets.
That is an interesting stat, and as you move along the season you realize what works for you and what doesn't. And Gokulam Kerala will be quite, I wouldn't say confident, but comfortable right now the way they are playing. Can they get a second though? Not the best of deliveries. Sissoko tries to move it forward. You can't lose possession there, but he does. Here's Komron. Has a bit of space down the left. Watch out for that cut inside. Here is a shot, and that's too much on it, I think, from Abhijit. He gets it all wrong after a good setup from Komron.
It's a good setup, but Komron would have loved to fancy that shot in, and that's why when you mentioned watch out for that cut in, that's what he likes to do. That was he was thinking. Again, taking a bit of risk. They're just not finding that control in midfield, and even though they're trying to create a few chances, it looked like a handball there. No appeals, not given as well. And again a chase. Srikuttan was interested, but too close to Albino Combs and Elisabia as well. And they start again from the back. They need to. 28 minutes in.
The issue for Sreenidi Deccan is right here. They're not being able to play the ball from the defense into the midfield. And that has been the issue. Luanga not giving them an option. Elisabia has only the option of Arun, and Sissoko's coming deep, but after that the progression in play is not there. That's not the best of challenges. We could see the first card of the game, and rightfully spotted by the ref. That will be Nidhin Krishna into the book.
Well, poor challenge, and Gurmukh was there on the overlap in one. There you look at that again, a good pass, somewhat no look from Arun. Challenge sliding in. I couldn't catch her on that replay, but that's a poor one, and hence a yellow card. And it's not just Tulunga not providing an option, it's as well as Domingo Cabrera's formation and reading of how Sreenidi play. They've just put their formation in such a way, they've changed and altered their style when Lily Perdomo would be expected to be there, but it's Alex Sanchez who's dropping to just close that zone. But now, that is the first time that Sreenidi have a dangerous attack building up for them. It's Tulunga lining up for the delivery. They have height in the box. Tulunga delivers towards the far side, and there's height in the defense as well. And the layoff, Rosenberg again with a shot, the deflection, and David Castaneda, he was looking to get the goal back.
Not easy to generate any power on that header. Quite a few defenders are around him as well. And you can see Gokulam Kerala even sharing a few high fives between their defense, because they know that if they can take this lead into half time, then it will be the job half done. And so far so good for the Malabarians. Hakku smashes it long. into the channel. It's a very good ball towards Srikuttan, and Eli Sabia just gets there in time. And that would have been a sensational ball had it found the rushing Srikuttan.
Well done eventually by Eli Sabia, but on a second thought, he's somewhat today not on his A game, just trying to avoid that body contact, that physical challenge. Shields it this time. That eventually done well, but there was a bit of risk taken. He could have just passed it or maybe turned around. He had that time, but decided to slow it down. Wilvan Hassan, closely watched by Nidin, who has to be careful. Another foul, and now the battle is growing. Miscommunication. That is disappointing for Sreenidi. The free kick wasted as well.
Yeah, just looking to rush it there. Ilwan slightly annoyed with this hold up from Nidhin firstly, and secondly I think just frustrated with the way the game has flowed. Rwanga stands over it. It looks like we could be having a bit of a change maybe in the approach from Sreenidi Deccan, waiting for quite a few of the big players to move forward.
Well, Tulunga with the delivery again for the second time now. A flick and the clearance comes in. Arun will control it. So the free kick was eventually awarded and pulled back. Good officiating. Mrityunjay Amatya realized the situation. Tulunga running forward, does excellent to beat the defenders. And a cross in. And now Gurmukh inside the box. Towards the right hand side. There's a player down as well. That's solid defending again from Gokulam. It'll be a corner. The first one. It seems like Boba Amino is down there on the ground.
Looks like he just clashed with someone. Time for a breather perhaps. And it's interesting you mentioned about that free kick being pulled back. I don't know if it should have been, because Rilwan took it early. He mispassed it and then probably realized that he's made a mistake. And this was the goal that separates these two sides. Nili Perdomo, you would bet your life on him going towards the left hand side. That's what Eli Sabia did, and then took it to his weaker right foot. That is a glorious goal, and Eli Sabia just could not keep up with the Spaniard. What an incredible goal.
Some Spanish flair there really from the Spaniard. But there's so much to talk about and so many players to talk about. We almost forgot to discuss about one special player on the Sreenidi bench, who of course when we discussed about the midfield should have been named by me of course, but I forgot to mention this Faisal Shayeste. This man has a goal as well against Gokulam Kerala in their last victory at this very venue last season on the 27th of November.
Oh yes, I did mention Faisal in fact, and the fact that he is not in the starting lineup alongside either Rumavia or someone else, or maybe even Maya, is a big surprise as you mentioned. But back to the action now, chance for Sreenidi Deccan. It's been more of a direct approach. They're relying on set pieces. Can a set piece get them something? Bobamino's off for the time being, but that is a very good defensive header from Nitin Krishna to step up.
Well, there's a formula to things, and when you stick to it, it just helps you. It doesn't backfire off and on. And I was saying a few matches ago when they conceded 3 goals against Royal Kashmir in that match, there were a few goalkeeping errors as well. Well, rather 2 of them were goalkeeping errors and 1 defensive error. I was thinking, why not stick to the players or to the possible combination which you already have built over one season the last year, which Sreenidi generally do. They haven't done that today, but that is what Gokulam are missing. And since the last game, they have tried so. They've snatched a point out from Aizawl, who were rising. They got Shillong Lejong their first defeat, Aizawl, and that team had been stopped by Gokulam. Only 1 goal conceded, a 1-1 draw, and here they're looking more and more promising. So the formula doesn't often go wrong, and you need to back that. And Arun with a forward pass, interesting one, and asking too much of Rosenberg, but he almost got there.
Vikash rushing into that challenge, needed to be careful. Abhilash Paul doing well to just dictate the tempo of the game. Nili Perdomo is the one who scored that sensational goal. With 10 minutes to play, it looks like they could be heading into half-time with a lead. But Sreenidi Deccan just need one chance, and we'll be hoping for that at least before half-time. But Vashwar, as we said, surely if things stay the same, then we should see a couple of substitutes coming on in the second half for the hosts.
We should, and we probably will see that in the second half straight away maybe, or maybe they'll wait a while. But with 10 minutes remaining, anything is possible though. Now that's the beauty and speciality of I-League. Be it in terms of gameplay, be it in terms of results, anything is possible. Gokulam right now at 6th, they have the possibility to beat the team at 2nd. We haven't seen teams at 9th and 10th troubling top teams. There was Shillong Lechong, who were the only other unbeaten team apart from Mohammedan a while ago, and they went down to Aizawl, who then were at 5th, 6th, and now are above Shillong Lechong. It's just so interesting and intriguing to watch the I-League every season. You would see it going down to that final day drama.
Oh yes, definitely, and these teams have been a part of it. Gokulam Kerala, a couple of seasons ago, winning the league on the very last day versus Mohammedan Sporting. Rishad himself was on the score sheet there. Here he is with the touch. And of course, the match before that, these two sides faced each other, and that's when Sreenidi Deccan beat Gokulam Kerala to set up that fantastic title decider. That is a bit of a push to try and stop Nili Perdomo. It's been very tough to stop him today. But somehow, Gokulam Kerala can restart. Komron looks for that chip towards Nidin, and Nidin wasn't on the same wavelength. It didn't make the run quick enough.
Well, what's surprising me is the away team look more comfortable on the turf than the home side, who are facing a bit of difficulties, which is generally not the case. This is not the first time they're playing here, and not actually the first season itself. It's the second or third season back-to-back they're playing on this very venue. And now Sreenidi look to control and move forward. Sissoko, he's seen a run, but he turns around to find the overlap from Gurmukh. Sreenidi just growing into the game, looking a bit positive, looking for inspiration. Gurmukh drives in across, and the touch, so important from Haku, comes in the way. Otherwise, David Castaneda was waiting there, and Rilwan Hassan loses possession.
This could be a chance for a counter. Now Shikutan, who is very good with a lot of space in behind, holds it up, waits for Perdomo. Great overlapping run. Now on his right foot again, goes for the cross here, and this should be number 2. That is an incredible counter attack from Gokulam Kerala. Alex Sanchez gets his 11th of the season, and that is the lead doubled by the Malabarians. What a counter attack, and what a result so far for them.
Well, they're putting forward questions which probably do not have any answers right now. What a piece of build-up play there. So comfortable on the ball, Srikutan just controls it, no pressure on him. Plays it through to Nili Perdomo, who is doing no wrong today. Just look at that, accurately sees the defense off and finds Alex Sanchez on the ball, who gets his 11th of the season, the top goal scorer of the I-League at the moment, and 2-0 up. Gokulam Kerala away from home. That's so perfectly done.
Oh, just saw that replay, and Alex Sanchez twisted his run ever so well. He showed that he was going towards that middle area of the post, in between two players, and then cut back and went towards that back post. A superb run from him, and as we mentioned, Shikutan at the heart of everything for Gokulam Kerala. That is superb from them. And now it's a very tall order for Sreenidi Deccan to come back into this one.
Just a reminder, this is the third best defense of this season's I-League, which is Sreenidi Deccan, and they've conceded 2, which is a very, very tough job to do. The last time they did so, 2-1 against Mohammedan, it was a loss there, but it was away from home. But things change. Things change because there is possibility, there is time left, and we'll have to wait and see if anything works in their favor. So far, it's been all Gokulam, and credits to the way they've played and the way they've managed this game. 2 goals, a boost, and if they can maintain that lead till half-time, they will believe they can take all 3 points home. And Elisabia, somewhere in no man's land there, and now tracking back, finally.
Vashwa, you did mention that Sreenidi Deccan are not looking too comfortable today at home. Might be the timing, because usually they are used to playing that 7 p.m. fixture or the 4:30 p.m. kickoff. Today it is 3, it's slightly earlier. shouldn't make that much of a difference, but sometimes it does, especially your pre-match preparation. So maybe that is a bit of an issue for them. And Gokulam Kerala have just come out a lot better today. And this man Avinash Paul hasn't only been worked so far, and that has been the biggest issue from a Sreenidi Deccan point of view.
Well, he hasn't been walked, but when you as a team know that your back line and keeper gives you that confidence moving forward, it just helps you. And you spotted that one from Alex Sanchez a while ago in that goal. We'll talk about that after this attack. Switch to the right, Sissoko, a heavy touch, and Fikas clears it away. And as I was saying about that one from Alex Sanchez, you mentioned just bending his run, moving towards the center and then moving out. That's what top-level strikers do. And there's another one of such top-level striker just trying to grind it across.
Absolutely, it's all about the movement sometimes. This will be the second corner for Sreenidi Deccan. They've got to try and capitalize. And that is what we've seen a lot from Sanchez this season. Sometimes it's not all about the shots, it's about the movement, and he scored all his 11 goals from inside the box so far. Speaking of which, time for a corner to be delivered inside the area. Sanchez once again, this time defending and doing his job for his side.
Well, two Spaniards, and the difference at the moment, Nili Perdomo and Alex Sanchez. Now that puts forward a question, Liam, about Edu Bedia's presence in the lineup. Even without them, life is going good right now. He's no doubt a top level player, has played in the ISL as well, has shown over the years. Another cross meanwhile from Arun, a very poor one for a goal kick. But indeed, as I was saying, Edu Bedia, when your formation is working this way, when your players are working this way, of course you can play only 4 foreigners. One of them is Boba Minu, who is not generally starting games this season, and that is why they've conceded so many goals. And right now with his presence, you cannot of course field more than 4. And, that gives you an option with Edu. Then the attacking prowess with Nili Perdomo, Comron, Alex Sanchez, all of them up front. That puts a question to the coach as well. A headache, a good headache to have.
Oh, definitely. I think he's made the right decision today. I'll tell you why. He started off with those 3 attackers. Rilwan almost moves forward. And Comron goes for that nutmeg, loses possession there though. And he started off with Comron, Nili Perdomo and Alex Sanchez to try and get that goal. He's done exactly that. Sanchez, in fact, Castaneda could not hold on to that one. Nathan will move it forward. And he's played Bomavino in the defense because he doesn't want to concede. That's worked, and now what he can do in the second half, after maybe 60 minutes, is take off maybe Perdomo, Sanchez or Tursunov, and then bring in Edu Bedia, who is usually a master at killing the game and just holding on to possession and slowing things down. So it could be a masterclass here from Cabrera if it works out, and so far it has.
And for the equation to be even a little bit in favor of, to tilt a bit in favor of Sreenidi Deccan, they need a goal if possible before half-time, or if not just at the start of second half. That's the zone where they would want to get one back. This is the replay of the foul again, and just a tackle from behind Elisabia, just a bit eager to get his team going with Alex Sanchez. Oh, it is a free kick for Sreenidi Deccan, I believe. But anyway, you were talking about the changes about Edu Bedia maybe can be used to close down the game, and probably he will need to come on because even Sreenidi will bring on the changes we were discussing a while ago. Header inside the box. Rosenborg has changed flanks. David Castaneda interested against Boba Minu. Both of them have the height, and good defending from Nidin, I believe. And Kurmuk still finds a touch. It's very difficult to break. Oh, what a flick that from Alex Sanchez. Delightful to watch. And Srikuttan, look at the space he has again. He needs to whip it across. It goes for a shot. It's 3 for Gokulam. And Albino Gomes doesn't know what struck him. It's a surprise package in the form of Srikuttan VS. And Gokulam are taking this game away before halftime.
Absolutely fantastic from Gokulam Kerala. The celebrations have started, they're posing for the camera, and it has been a picture perfect first half from them. Shikutan blows a flying kiss to Alex Sanchez. What a flick from him. And then Shikutan just giving the eyes slightly to Albino. Standing at the first post and still conceding from there. That has got to be a goalkeeping error. Could have moved across, but standing at the first post, you see it from there, just moving, and Shikutan doing sensationally well, and 3 of them have been superb today.
Well, there's 2 things to add on which cost that goal. Of course, the goalkeeping error, as you mentioned, but one part of it is the power. The second part of it is the expectation. He did not expect that shot coming. Everyone was waiting for a cross, but perhaps the right idea, especially that he's got the goal. And now Rosenberg in the Campbell. Solid shielding and a positive goalkeeping from Avilash Paul. Commanding, rather, just collecting it.
Oh yes, and in fact, I thought Shikutan would go for the shot towards that far post. It was open because Albino in fact kept that one open as well. But the fact that he struck it so well into the first post just goes to show that he's just thinking a level ahead of everybody else. And here he is again, running the show, plays it backwards to Rishad, who will hold on to the ball. That is something he does really well. Albino plays it to Vikash. Rilwan almost wins it back. Does get a throw, takes it quickly. Castaneda has Sissoko moving forward. And is stopped in his tracks. This is good defending from Gokulam Kerala. They try to hold their shape. They need to for at least a minute more to hold on to this lead. The 3-goal lead rather. Here is a chance to shoot from Sissoko, asking for a handball. But it's still with Rosenberg. Gabriel looks for a cross. Decent delivery. And that will be a corner. And Sreenidi Deccan inching ever so close, but it's just not been their day so far.
Just not been the day. 11 shots from Gokulam, just 4 from Sreenidi. Here was another attempt. Rosenberg just trying to help his team. 3 minutes had been added on, and 2.5 already played. Might be the last real chance for Sreenidi to at least give them a spark of hope from this corner kick. Tulunga Kane on the set pieces. It's Alex Sanchez who's stopping everything. He's the answer to every question today for Gokulam Kerala. Not just him, it's a team effort, of course. Have to praise the entire team. A question there for you, Liam. I know it is almost approaching half time, but still early to ask. But still, with a 3-0 score line moving into the break, do Sreenidi have a chance at all in this?
Oh, it's very tough. I think we've seen a few comebacks where sides have maybe gone 4 goals down and then come back to 4-3. That's a possibility. But you never know with Sreenidi Deccan. It's all about how they start that second half. You never say never in football. That's a decent delivery. That should have hit the target. Eli Sabia just sums up that first half from a Sreenidi Deccan point of view. They have been absolutely outplayed at home. And at halftime they trail by 3-0 versus a rampant Gokulam Kerala side.
Well, indeed. And goals in regular intervals, control of the game. Sreenidi showed a few positive signs late in the first half. That wasn't enough. Just positive signs wouldn't get you goals. 57% possession for Sreenidi Deccan. They've done well to crawl back in that. 43 for Gokulam, but 11 shots, 5 of which on target. And 5 shots from Sreenidi, which they found, but none on target. 4 corners apiece. That's one stat they've matched up late in the first half. As they said, they were crawling back, but then not enough. That's not the stat that'll get them 3 points. They need to match up that scoring chart. 5 shots there, 1 each from Arun, David Castaneda, Elisa Bia, Sissoko and Rosenberg Gabriel. Apart from that Rosenberg shot, most of them were half chances.
Oh yes, and all those shots coming inside the box, which means that they should have hit the target at least a few times more. On the other hand, Gokulam Kerala have been superb. Alex Sanchez with 3 shots, scoring 1 of those. Abhijit with 2. Shikutan with 2 as well, scoring 1. Amino Boba, Komran and Lili Perdomo with 1 of the goals of the campaign.
Well, indeed, and 2 fouls here from Sreenidi. Not too many, but then, well, might have been a few more, but 1 from Gurmukh and Jagdeep on the map there. There you can see the 2 positions on the left-hand side, just giving away a few free kicks at the start. 7 fouls from Gokulam, and Nitin Vikas with 2, Abhijit, Alex Sanchez and Rishad with 1. They're putting in that hard shift. They do not mind these 7 fouls.
Absolutely, that means that you're trying even harder to win the ball, and that's what you need to do, especially if it's not in a dangerous area if you do commit that foul. As we take a look at the highlights from the first half, Nili Perdomo is the one who kicked us off here at the Deccan Arena. 3 p.m. kickoff, which they're not really used to. This was goal number 1, inside and out, and then with the right foot to that second post. Picture perfect from Perdomo.
Well, I'm sure you and anyone as a youngster has done that in the training grounds with those cones and dribbles. He just brought it into life.
No, absolutely, and that finish on the weak foot, that's something that you don't really see him do much, and he's done very well with his weak foot today. Not much to speak about from Sreenidi Deccan's point of view. Sissoko got that header, but there was a bit of a shove from behind. Avilash Paul has had a relatively easy half so far.
Well, this was the yellow card. Could have been even worse if the boot was pointing upwards, but it was thankfully down. And David Castaneda late got a few chances from the crosses, but not enough contact, not enough space allowed. And then Nili Perdomo delivers on a plate for Alex Sanchez. He scored the first, he turned provider this time to make it 2-0 for Gokulam Kerala. And since then, they have been looking more and more dangerous. And this man has been lighting up the I-League this season. Srikuttan, praises are not enough for him. Albino should have done better at that near post, but that was the third for Gokulam.
Oh yes, it has absolutely been a superb show. There is that run again, which we see from Srikuttan, and the finish and the celebration to go alongside it as well. It has been a great performance so far from Gokulam Kerala. They lead by 3-0 versus a Sreenidi Deccan side who need to make a comeback from the ages at home. We'll slip into a short break. Join us after this for second half action. Welcome back to second half action in the Deccan Arena. Sreenidi Deccan trailing by 3 goals to nil versus Gokulam Kerala, who have been in fine form with 3 great goals, 2 of them on the break. And at the break, Sreenidi Deccan have made a few changes as we thought they would. Let's see if things can work out for them. Already on the ball is Faisal, plays it through. How about that for an impact? Decent delivery, but that was always going to be snuffed out by Boba Mino. Here is Faisal again, wasting no time. Plays it centrally, and already Sreenidi Deccan with a spring in their step. Starting off quite well. Rilwan holds on to it. Faisal with another good touch. Diakte twisting and turning. It has been amongst the goals this season. Another ball in, and how about that for a start, Vashwar?
Well, no time to even talk about introduction to the second half. It's a bright and positive start with the changes already from Sreenidi Deccan. And 2 of them you already saw combining Faisal Shaiste and Biaktia. 2 impressive and promising players. Faisal Shaiste, he was the one who scored the last season they met at this venue. It was a clean sheet for Sreenidi Do, a 1-0 victory. And there on the bottom of your screen, the players on pitch. Not too many changes in defense, but Rosenberg trying to get onto it, and it is a free kick. San just lining up for it. Confirmation of the changes then. Arun Kumar has gone off to be replaced by Piatti. We'll talk about him in a moment after this free kick, but whenever there's a free kick, there's another of those Mizo lads. Why I say it another is because Piatti as well. He is hailing from Mizoram, and Tilunga eyeing for that fine delivery inside the box. More flat trajectory. Headed out easily. Comron Tusna, more of a clearance, and it seems like so far the way the game has gone by, this side of the pitch somewhat has a magnet which pulls attacks. At least that's how it started. You have to wait and find if Gokulam continue the same way. Sreenidi, they have just stepped up their game.
Yes, we do know that Sreenidi Deccan are capable of scoring 4 goals. They've scored 4 twice this season and 5 goals once. And today, it's not going to be easy to come back, but the way they have started, if they can get a goal in the first 10 minutes, then definitely momentum is such a thing that they can move forward to try and get that second and third. But it's not going to be easy, of course. Gokulam Kerala have been very good today, and they need to just hold on to this lead, this 3-goal lead actually, for the next 15-20 minutes and sort themselves out at the back as they have been so far. There's Amino, should get there early, does really well in fact to play down the line.
Indeed, and changes at least give a glimpse of positivity to Sreenidi Deccan, but it's always tough against this Gokulam defense, who have finally found back their true selves in this very game. But still 45 moments to be played approximately, of course, with additional time in mind. And David Castaneda almost won it. More interested in the physical duel today, rather having to another brilliant flick from Alex Sanchez. And Nilipatomo to slow down. Another no-look pass from the midfield. Komron Tusunov, Peace Jagdeep. He has got all those tricks and skills needed. And that is a foul, unfortunately. Hit the crossing upright rather, but it was anyway a free kick given.
A superb one-touch play from Gokulam Kerala, and that gives Komron that kind of confidence that you need. Of course, that pull back unnecessary from him, having lost the ball already and the chance, but it's good to see him taking on his man as well, just like Lili Perdomo did, and that's how they scored that first goal.
Well, indeed, and 10 fouls from Gokulam. We were talking when the foul stats came up at the end of first half that how necessary sometimes those walks are, but this time a run from Gokulam again from the right. Use your arms, and the decision is going to go against you. Anyway, won the ball back. A bit of frustration, losing your mind, just using your arms and making the decision easy for the official.
Well, this is what happens when you have been dribbled past earlier on. Lili Perdomo got past Eli Sabia so well that now he's a little more alert of that, and as she could tried to get past him, losing his hands on that occasion. Chance for a fourth now for Gokulam Kerala.
Lily Patomo lining up for this one. If there's a fourth one, the chances really dim down for Sreenidi Deccan. We talked about comebacks, but they need another one. Well, that fell to Alex Sanchez. And infringement spotted in the box. Not sure what exactly. We'll have to look at the replay again to confirm. But comebacks are possible, as you mentioned, 4-goal, 4-3 thriller. It was Neroka against Delhi FC, if I'm not mistaken. Such a drama. The head coach of United Sports, Steve, you know him well. He was there with me on the comp box that day. It was 4-0 for Neroka in 80 minutes, and we thought it's game over with 10 minutes remaining. And then suddenly, within the next 8 minutes, it was 4-3. And such drama is what at least neutrals like to see, but I'm sure the team on lead wouldn't want that to happen. No one wants to see a slip from that strong a lead. And now inside the box, Piaktia with a touch. And back with Gokulam, only for a moment. A mistaken Boba finds a pass. Again, the defense opening up. Look at that one at the far side. Comron has seen him as well, but not enough for him to find it. Eventually looks for that pass out wide. But already tracked back. Sreenidi defense. Rosenberg to Piaktia.
Yeah, there have been some great games. There's another 4-3 with Delhi FC and Rajasthan United. That was up and down. And you've got to be careful, because when you do lead by 3-0, sometimes you do rest on your laurels a bit. And let's not forget how good Sreenidi Deccan actually are. They're second in the league, because they have been quite superb so far. That's a very good ball in. Rilwan can keep it in. But then the Gokulam Kerala defense alert as always. Here is Nili Perdomo, looks for that outlet ball, plays it towards Sanchez, needs to get the first touch. He goes around, and this should be number 4. Brilliant stuff from Alex Sanchez. Easy as you like from him. And Nili Perdomo with another assist. 4-0 now for the visitors. What are we witnessing here, Vashwar?
And more than that, what was Albino Gomes doing? Well, the defender was there. It was already a risky situation, one-on-one with the defender. Always he would back Alex Sanchez in that kind of situations. Look at that. He already has an edge of battle going on. And Albino Gomes, out of nowhere, emerges out in the middle of nothing and just gives that little bit of space, collides with the defender, and Alex Sanchez, who would question him in these circumstances? So easy, just avoids the 2 players down and comfortably gets Gokulam's 4. This is way one-sided than expected. The team who had conceded 8 in 10 matches have now conceded half of that today.
Oh yes, it's just falling apart here for Sreenidi Deccan. And you did say the right thing there, Vashwar. Not required to come out there from the goalkeeper, and any kind of hope that Sreenidi Deccan would have had leading into the second half, I think, has been diminished with that particular strike. And Sanchez, you just can't keep him out of that. On a hat-trick again here in this bout. Chance for Rosenberg to cross it, needs to keep it in first. He does, but nicely taken down there by Abhijit, who just keeps things ticking for Gokulam Kerala. And this 3-0 situation has been seen before between these 2 teams. When Romavia got that hat-trick a couple of seasons ago, he got it within the first half, so Sreenidi Deccan were ahead by 3-0. It's a different thing this time round. David Castaneda Munoz goes for a cross, and that's not like him as he looks to the heavens.
Well, happens on a day like this when nothing is going in your favor, and maybe somewhere down the line Carlos Vaz Pinto will be thinking about the number 7, William Oliveira. Well, Fasten has come on, so has Piaktia, and Lalvo Maria might be next along with William. Rosenrock moving forward, has Jagdeep on the overlap. They tried to go in attack in this half, but the problem is they left defense open. Again, sloppy, just not being able to hold their nerves, which Gokulam have been able to do so well.
Well, this is uncharted territory for Sreenidi Deccan. We've lost a couple of games this season only to Mohammedan Sporting and Aizawl, as we just confirmed those substitutions which did take place. Lovely flick again, that time from Comron. He's also joining the party. So So they lost both those games 2-1, and that is quite a close scoreline. This time 4-0 is something that they wouldn't have expected, as Rilwan goes down now after a bit of a clash. Might need some treatment.
Well, and there's the man we were discussing all the way along from the start of the game, Lal Romavia. If very difficult and miraculous circumstances, if he can recreate his 3 goals maybe, then still they would hope of a comeback. But that's all about hope and dreams and imagination. In reality, it's far from something close to what Gokulam have performed, and Rosenberg is the man sacrificed. So I believe Romavia, he might play on the wings, or maybe he might just drop in that central midfielder region where Biaktia will be allowed the freedom to move up front. He generally likes to play down the flanks. We'll talk about all that for Romavia. But just a reminder, this very player, Lal Romavia, has been with Gokulam Kerala in the past. He has won the I-League in 2021 rather with Gokulam.
Here come Sreenidi Deccan again, just trying to move forward. Rilwan just plays it a little too early. And behind Castaneda, who hasn't really had a shot, a proper shot at that on goal. It's not going to be easy to break down this Gokulam Kerala defense. As you said, they haven't had a clean sheet in 6, and this is the best opportunity to do so when you've got a 4-goal cushion. Chaste moves it forward. Biakte does not get it back. They've lost possession again. Komron holds on to it, and Abhijit can move it for Gokulam Kerala. Lots of space forward. Got a good piece of defending there, and it has been continued. Amino getting a bit too tight to David Castaneda Munoz and committing the foul.
He was looking for a quick exchange there. David Castaneda just went up. Knew Boba was just with him in that challenge and wanted that pass play, but no one was there in support. Jagdeep with that steal to create this chance. Too strong Boba, but not fair this time on this occasion. And now they have more of a threat from the set piece because Faisal Sheste is on. Now Vilash Paul will be under test, so will be the Gokulam defense. Faisal Sheste, he backs his left. Sreenidi backs him, but not the best of free kicks. Somewhat commentator's curse. What would he say?
Oh yes, when you've been commentating for a while, you do know that that is a real thing. Sometimes it does happen. And as you said, Faisal started off the season quite well, got an assist in one of the first few games, scored as well, and you need players like him in the centre of the park to just create something out of nothing, like we've seen with the likes of Perdomo today. And when you've got someone like Faisal, most of the time you would like him to start, but of course sometimes when you're spoiled for choice, Washford, that is a problem, and that has been the issue today for Sreenidi Deccan. They've had lots of options and unfortunately have taken the wrong ones in this first half.
Well, wrong options specifically for this day, and if there might be another, this can be game over. Comron with the outside of the boot appeals for a handball, and Alex Sanchez has gone down meanwhile, but Comron's attempt again was so promising, and now Romavia on the ball look to feed it through to David Castaneda, but just couldn't connect enough of it to just get that curl on it.
Now this is not good for Gokulam Kerala. Sanchez looks like his ankle just rolled over a bit. Should be fine. Has 4 goals in the bank today, Gokulam Kerala. He's got 2 of those. Let's see what happened here. Oh, I think he just rolled it slightly when he was trying to change direction.
Was there a handball involved though? There were questions, but outside the box and 4 goals up, not too many appeals hence, so they wouldn't mind it, Gokulam. And so far they haven't even attempted to test Vilash Paul. Do they have a shot on target? I do not remember one.
Not that I can think of, and it's not often that you say that with Sreenidi Deccan. 60 minutes played almost and no shots on target. There are those fouls that you were talking about. Abhijit just wanting to get the ball, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with those kinds of fouls. 13 of them committed by Gokulam Kerala, all in relatively safe areas. There's Faisal. Tries to play it through, does quite well. Jagdeep, good ball towards Romavia, but very tight defending. Jagdeep now can deliver it in. There's a big leap, but an even bigger header away from the Gokulam Kerala defense. Oh, that is a problem. That could be a red. He led with his elbow. We'll have to wait, and he's a very lucky man there. To only see yellow is Abhijit.
Well, he will feel lucky. 61% possession we saw on your screen, but that elbow, he will feel lucky to get away with a yellow. Oh, just that swing lateral. Oh, that's very, very naughty. Could have been a red card on any other day without the implementation of VR. Of course, tough to decide, but then they will get on with the game, and lucky yellow card. 2 yellow cards. This is the second one, both for Gokulam. This man will be under question mark. So much experience, so many games throughout the Indian football circuit, so many years as well under his belt. But meanwhile, a free kick for Sreenidi Deccan, and Faisal Shaiste again. Can he deliver better this time? And Sreenidi need it.
And now Abhijit himself complaining about an elbow. I don't think he is able to do that, at least for the next few minutes. Rilwan just getting close to him. Rilwan will know that Abhijit has just got a yellow, so he might just try to draw a foul from him. Shaiste delivers it in, and it's nicely headed away. Ruanga will have to move it backwards. Great stuff from Gokulam Kerala again.
Back with Albino Gomez. The defense has looked top-notch. And I believe there has been a few red card issues with this Gokulam side in the past as well. But we'll hope that not again, not in any of these fixtures. And there's the man from Brazil. So David Casneda, no goals for him today. And no goal contributions as well. Nothing for Sreenidi itself. And William is on. And he hasn't been in the best of goal scoring forms, but today he would like to back himself. And I was talking about red cards, if you can give a bit of insights on that.
Yeah, we spoke about that game which Sreenidi Deccan won by 3-1. Romavia, beg your pardon, getting that hat trick. It was Sharif Muhammad, the skipper of Gokulam Kerala a couple of seasons ago, who got that red card, 2 yellows, and was sent off in the 54th minute. And they were already 3-0 down by that time, and he also scored before that, so quite an eventful meeting for them that particular day. It was when Gokulam Kerala needed a win to win the title, so lots of rivalry between these two teams. And for Sreenidi Deccan, if you lose 4-0 away from home, or rather at home, then the rivalry is just going to keep picking up as they meet for the second time in the season later on.
And they have never conceded more than 2 against Gokulam, and today they have conceded 4, that 2 at home, and that'll give a mental edge to Gokulam as well. And more than that, the title run will be hampered a bit for the time being. There's a winter break coming after the international break rather, coming after this, and Sreenidi have to regroup and rethink. And this result, if it stays this way, of course, will just help Mohammedan Sporting at the top of the table. And along with that, make the competition in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th position interesting. Only 2 or 3 points separating all those sides, even if you look at Shillong Ajong at 6th position. And right now, it's Sreenidi in attack with Romavia. He has surely looked sharp since coming on.
Well, yes, he has, and that's why we were wondering why he did not start, especially when you've got a hat-trick against a team. You would like to play against them. But when you speak about the table, then yes, of course, Mohammedan Sporting will really like this result. Gokulam Kerala will do well if they hold on and move up to 5th. And then it's very close. Real Kashmir also will be quite happy to see Sreenidi Deccan drop points. So still early on, 10 games each for most of the teams. Some of them have played 11, but it's going to be a very tight season, especially for that top 6-7 spots in the I-League this season, as it always is, of course.
Indeed, and Sreenidi just looking for that elusive first goal. And now to the right, Faisal Shaiste takes it to his right, and now delivers with his left, and William, oh, he got a touch, but he himself wasn't aware of the convincing touch he needed. And Avinash Paul could have been tested, but it came off a defender, I believe. And everyone confused. We'll have a look at that again.
Yeah, that is brilliant work from Shaiste. A couple of touches here and there, and then Avilash probably trying to stop that corner, but he does celebrate it as if it was a save. Here is Faisal once again. Good delivery. This could be the goal that Sreenidi Deccan were looking for. It is missed by a couple of players, and they still cannot even take a shot. Forget about hit the target. What a ball in from him though.
Well, he's taken the captain's armband over from David Castaneda, and some quality delivered finally from Faisal Zeste. But this should have been converted. And not real clue for the defense this time of Gokulam Kerala. With a bit of luck, just not going in favor of Sreenidi Deccan. 65 minutes played here. A massive 4-0 lead for Gokulam. Avilash Paul takes it long. He's been playing around, as I mentioned. He's been with ATK as well. ATK Monpukan rather. And finally getting starts here and showing promise. At start I said he's got 2 clean sheets among the 4 matches he's played. Not entire 90 minutes, 251 minutes is what he has played. And he's eyeing for another one here.
Yeah, I think with Avilash Paul, most of the time he has been the second keeper in the teams and started off the second keeper here as well. But when you get your chance as a keeper, you've got to make the most of it, and I think he's done quite well. He has been in and around camps which have competed for the ISL and the I-League previously, so he does bring a lot of stability to the Gokulam Kerala side. As we see, Abhijit has gone down for the time being. Lots of options to choose from on the bench as well.
Well, their options have been chosen wisely today in the starting 11 from Gokulam's point of view. And yeah, indeed, Avilash Paul, he's got the height, he's got the basics correct. That is most important in keepers. We have often seen keepers with experience fumble in basic techniques and not backing them, not having the confidence. And there's the man on your screen. The camera knows where to focus really, even though he hasn't been tested. We had a few substitutes warming up, and a few fan favourites as well for Gokulam Kerala. It is No Fall PN, the local lad for Kerala.
He has been great as well. Lots of assists last season. Started off this season really well. And as a Sreenidi Deccan defender, he's the last person you want to see come on because he is super quick. And take a bow, Srikuttan. What a game he has played. Superb effort from him, and he comes off.
Well, Srikuttan goes off to be replaced by No Fall. So 3 goals, 2 assists going off the pitch, and 2 goals, 3 assists coming on the pitch right now with No Fall. Another substitute, it's Abhijit who was down, and Basit Ahmed Bhatt hasn't got too much of game time, but has the amount which he's got, he's looked very, very decent.
I think that's a good change for Gokulam Kerala to make, especially Basit has not played much, as you said. So this is a good game to just get into the thick of things. And Abhijit as well wasn't playing too much, came on as a substitute for 20-30 minutes, impressed the coach, and then he's been starting most of the games since. So Basit will be looking at that and hoping that he can also make his presence felt, but for Sreenidi Deccan, nothing seems to be working so far.
And nothing at all. They've already made 4 changes, Sreenidi Deccan. And even after those changes, they've gone into attack a bit more. Oh, Faisal Shaiste there. That's very unorthodox to control the ball. But they move forward. Anything will do. They just want a goal. Not seen too much of PFT since coming on. They haven't used their attackers well. But now they're trying to. Here's a ball towards PFT. A flick. But William just not enough on his run. The difference there just clear.
Well, for Sreenidi Deccan, last season they were superb at home, unbeaten, and this season already losing to Aizawl, and now might be just losing this encounter as well. And you've got to make it a fortress at home, and that is exactly what they've done in the previous seasons. And as we saw again, the Lili Pertomo, just so swift in his footwork. Comron himself can do the same. Tries to cut inside, and then the flick from him. They're really turning it on here, and Basit was offside just to have an anticlimactic end to that one.
well, probably was marginal, at least from this angle. The referee had a better angle to see that. But what a clever flick from Komron to Sunov, and even Nili a moment ago just trying out those silky skills. They love it, the Spaniards, and Komron as well joining the party. Where's the number 7? Just shows somewhat has that knuckleball in him as well. Often seen him hit that in free kicks. But they're enjoying their time here. And then you mentioned about Sreenidi's run at home last season and how strong they are. I really remember a team coming at this Deccan arena and dominating them. This is the first time probably even the champions last season have been hammered out here in this very venue.
Oh yes, and you can see that their confidence has taken a beating. Biakte doesn't really do much. Rishad has been very stable in the midfield, as he always is. And with 20 minutes to play, it looks like it is going to be one-way traffic unless something absolutely spectacular takes place from Sreenidi Deccan's point of view. And Rashwar, you mentioned that we're going into a break after this. It's going to be so tough for the Deccan Warriors to recover from this one, because when they restart, then they're going to be feeling the after effects of this game. It's always important to go into a break on a high, and when they restart, it's going to be very tough for them to come back and pick up from where they left off.
Maybe the Super Cup will help a bit. Not sure. That was a good bit of skill attempted, not really done well. And now William couldn't control at all. And there's one reason why in the previous occasions when he started, I was asking when would David Castaneda come on. Today David Castaneda got a start, but he couldn't do enough, and hence the gamble and no fall on the ball. Just blocked by Tulunga, who's taking an immense amount of workload. That isn't helping his team going on the lead. 5 corners each. That stat is being matched neck to neck by both the teams.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sreenidi Deccan, that's the only thing that they have been neck and neck with when it comes to Gokulam Kerala. Delivery comes in, not the best of balls into the box, and I feel that this game, Vashwar, for Gokulam Kerala will get them onto the right track. As I said, a win here, they go to 17 points, and that is only 3 away from Sreenidi Deccan and 7 away from Mohammedan Sporting. So don't count them out. Don't rule out Gokulam Kerala as title contenders, because the way they are scoring goals, they've scored the most now in the season. They can definitely score the goals. It's all about those clean sheets and the defense, and now the defense look to be coming together. And here is Jagdeep for a cross in, good delivery, but that's the defense I was talking about. Avilash comes for it, misses it, and it will be a penalty out of nowhere. Sreenidi Deccan have a chance to get back into it.
It was, I believe it was Rishad, when Avilash was going to punch out the ball. He took away his own player as well as the opponent player. We'll look at that again. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. But the first header scuffed. Oh, there was a push on William, and that is why. That's a good decision. Look at that behind William. He made the most out of that push from Rishad. But it is, of course, a penalty, and he went on to clash with Avilash Paul, which is why he missed it. But now William has a chance to convert from this spot and spark some hope.
Yeah, just as I said, that Rishad was very stable, goes and makes a push, and it should have been an easy collection or a clearance for Gokulam Kerala, but instead now Avilash Paul has to try and keep that clean sheet of his intact.
Well, let's wait and find out if he can. This is a real test, and William has a chance to impress. And will it be the story is to wait and find out in a moment. With 15 minutes remaining, I would not comment if a comeback is possible, but we'll just together watch and witness. The Brazilian is on. The Spaniards have performed. Avilash Paul is ready as well. Still waiting for the referee's signals. And William is ready. Straight with some Brazilian prowess. Calm, composed. Bottom corner. And just a little bit of hope induced in this Sreenidi side. 4-1 it is. Long way to go still. But one step towards the right direction.
Yeah, maybe, just maybe, Sreenidi Deccan can pull something out of this one. A quick change as well from them. Ashraf Ali Mondal comes on as we take a look at that finish from William Poole as you like. And Gurmukh on the other hand comes off. So that is another change for them, a bit of fresh legs. 16 minutes, Vashwar. It is possible. It all depends on what happens in the next 6 minutes, I would say.
No comments on that. I would like to stay safe. I had a while ago in one of those 4-3 matches. I said it was almost over with 80 minutes done, as I mentioned a while ago, but it wasn't to be over. So let's wait and find out what happens next. Wilvan San in his own defensive half. Now Jagdeep, 63% possession. Surely the substitutes have impacted the game for Sreenidi, but just that, 4 goals, too heavy for Sreenidi to contain.
Oh yes, and they have been feeling the weight of those 4 goals. Albino Gomes will be thinking about a few of them, a couple of errors from him. But still Nuerubedia perhaps won't be used today for Gokulam Kerala. They need to get the job done though. For the next 5 to 7 minutes, they've got to make sure they don't concede as a substitution takes place.
Well, options in abundance, and seems like Erubedia wouldn't be used today, not needed as well, they believe. And Alex Sanchez is taken off. He's got 2 goals today. He's less of a man, more of a machine, a goal scoring machine there, walking off. Missed his hat-trick, really had an opportunity, but then the coach wants to store it for later. That is sometimes what coaches do. I do not know if players like it or not. That's a question here for you. Well, Srijan comes on, but would you or do you like that generally when a coach does that? You are on 2 goals and he takes you off, even if the game is done and set?
No, I wouldn't like to come off if I was on a hat-trick, that's for sure. And he's had such a good game, Alex Sanchez. Missed out on a hat-trick previously as well after scoring 2 goals in the first half in one of the earlier fixtures. So that's something that he will be looking forward to. But when he did kind of roll his ankle, it is an AstroTurf surface. They're not going to take any chances here. Domingo Cabrera and the Gokulam Kerala side. And Sanchez now 12 goals in the season, Vashwar. That is more than Trau and Namdhari, who have scored 7 and 9. So that just goes to show that he is having a stellar season.
That is some stat. 12 goals and 1 assist as well. So many of them coming for him. And Sreenidi, it's probably a strategical change as well as making a bit of or rather protecting your player. That's from a coach's point of view. You would think it is a right decision to just rest your star man and just tactically close down the game. But Sreenidi will keep believing and keep attacking. They'd not like to give up. All the way back to Elisa Pia. He's looking for options up front. Not enough time. They will want to rush those attacks. Not really rush, but just be quick enough.
Yeah, right now it will be just about not losing by more than 4-1. Maybe trying to be a little too fancy there. Faisal, he's lost possession. Basit likes to shoot from a distance. And you can't blame him for taking that kind of a shot. A bit too far out though from him.
Well, Faisal generally likes to play that way, just rolls the ball under his foot and controls it. Looks so silky and glorious to watch in attack when he's going. But at this situation, in this stage of the game, in that defensive midfield zone, it could have been an open chance for Shijin. Thankfully, they recovered. Lily Pertomo is down. And you mentioned the AstroTurf, it's difficult. So maybe now finally he'll be taken off as well. And he'll take a few seconds from the clock as well with him.
It looks like his ankle is also playing up a bit, and it does get heavy sometimes on this AstroTurf surface, so it affects the calves and the hamstrings, and then even the ankles just get a little tight, or maybe he could have rolled it. Looks like he should be fine, but they might not risk it. He says he's good, and he has been very good today.
Well, that thumbs up can be summed up to be shown to his performance as well. Top quality performer. 1 goal, 1 assist, creating so many chances. It's really stuff on the back again. Not sure if he'll continue. He looks like he can, but let's see what the coach decides. And Tulunga finally sitting deep, but now they all need to go in attack. Here's Romavilla to Faisal. moving forward with William. One touch to the left. Wilvan Hassan and spotted Romavia. Good defending again from Gokulam.
Yeah, they have been quite solid. As we said, not too many shots on target from Sreenidi Deccan, except for that penalty perhaps. And Abhilash Paul will be quite disappointed not to keep the clean sheet because he hasn't done much wrong. They'll have to wait for that clean sheet for another game. But they will take the positives from it. It has been a super performance defensively as well as in the attack from Gokulam Kerala. Here's Rilwan, looks like he is onside, tries to cut inside. Decent delivery. And just as it was looking to come towards the Sreenidi Deccan player, there was a clearance. Here's Jagdeep, has options on the right hand side, goes for the chip in, good ball in again. And I think it was Hakku who gets it away. Jagdeep tries again, Basit takes no chances and clears the lines.
One goal here will make it a bit more interesting. Of course, if it's in favour of Sreenidi Deccan, Faisal Chaiste again taking his time. And they're moving in attack. Romavia again. He's pretty much involved in these attacks, looking for options. Faisal Chaiste chips in a ball towards the far side, and Biaktia almost so nearly got them their second. Now Vilash Paul is injured, and he knows he has the experience and he knows what to do at this point of time. Look at that again.
Yeah, Faisal just gets into those pockets and finds someone like a Biaktia who can lose his runner, his man so easily, always quicker than Vikash. Good stuff from Abhilash Paul just to close that angle down, and Biaktia knows exactly how to find the back of the net. He has done that in the past this season, and Abhilash Paul knows exactly how to close him down too.
Well, just a word then about Biaktia. He had been scoring and assisting in the previous season as well from Sudeva. They haven't stayed in the I-League, but they have provided a number of players. One of them is this young lad, Biaktia, 19 years of age. He had 3 goals and 2 assists last season. Already has 2 goals this season as a substitute. Most of those matches he came on late after the 80th minute, the first 2 of the season. But he has not played too much, 199 minutes in total, and on an average he gives you a goal every 90 minutes. And he's on here very late today as well, hasn't found anything positive. And Nili Perdomo will go off 2 changes, Shahif one of them, and Akhil.
Yeah, great game from Nili Perdomo. Absolutely spectacular. What a goal we witnessed, and then those passes and those tricks and flicks and just holding possession and dictating the play. Well, it's not Edubedia doing it, it's Perdomo. If he doesn't do it, then it's someone like Sanchez who's getting the goals. It's always a team effort. It always has been from Gokulam Kerala, stemming from those 2 I-League victories a couple of seasons ago. And as I said earlier on, this feels like the game where they just get back into the run of things.
They do. Along with that, they'll get back the confidence as well. 6 matches winless, and then you come out to perform this way. They were somewhat having their back at the wall, and they needed this performance. They wanted to, and Shijin again with the press. Cleared away by Sajid up front. It is a proper clearance. Nothing more than that. Back with Gokulam Kerala.
And Gokulam Kerala, like all the good teams in the I-League, tend to get on good runs of form. They tend to win 5-6 games in a row. They started off with 3 in a row and then weren't able to pick up a win in 6. So whether it's good form or bad form, a lot of the teams in the I-League have that kind of a consistency, whether it's good or bad consistency. So now they'll try to make it a few wins in a row. This could be number 5. Well done by Basit. He almost has a second chance. And a very good delivery from him across goal, but this time Sreenidi Deccan able to manage the danger. William loses out, and I think that was a mispass there from Abdul Hakku.
Well, it was, and a good move from Gokulam comes to an end with nothing. Some solid defending from Jagdeep, who himself has been growing in the game. Didn't have a great start today. Of course, the entire defense didn't have a great start today with so many goals, and that's a risky header backwards. Vilash Paul will take his time. The clean sheet is gone with 3 points to take home from the Deccan Arena. Just a pat on the back there for William from Vilash. Not sure if he'll like that, but just a friendly one, so he wouldn't mind it as well.
Avilash launches it long. Basit can't keep it in control. Here is Faisal, who has been great since coming on. Just think from a Sreenidi Deccan point of view what would have happened if he started. Play towards the right hand side, no foul. Watch out for his burst of pace. And that is very well defended in fact, but Vikash will hold on to it and plays it back to no foul. Will have to move inwards this time and does really well in fact to find Vikash. Goes for a cross in and he finds himself with a bit too much on that cross because he's not used to being in those positions sometimes.
Well, really, way off Kamran Tusanov. His expression just summed up how that cross was. Biaktia just cushions it back towards Jagdeep Chulunga, looking to loft it over the defenders. Didn't find enough, and look at who is up joining attack. Boba Minu. Oh, he lost the ball and he needs to track back. He has just casually stayed down for the time being. Chulunga probably should have gone for the options up front. Even though I'm not sure if there were any free options. But now Elisabia rising forward, the other centre back, trying to show how it is done. We're not sure if this attack will come to a positive end. Not positive enough. It's still inside the box. They will win a corner.
The corners and free kicks, the set pieces have been the only way Sreenidi Deccan have really opened Gokulam Kerala up. Their sixth corner of the game, more than Gokulam Kerala now. And with Shaiste coming on, then the set pieces become even more dangerous. Very good delivery from him, it's flicked on, but away from goal. Another good chance, but it has not found the target. It was William on that occasion.
8 shots from Sreenidi Deccan. Really 1 or 2 on target. One, of course, from the penalty spot. 13 shots from Gokulam. That has calmed down a bit, that attacking storm, since Faisal and Co have come on. But a little question here. No offense or not really criticizing William, but then wouldn't David Gasnera think that isn't this the time I should have stayed on pitch when all the crosses are coming finally in that box properly towards the striker's head? And maybe somewhat credits to William as well. He's positioning himself in such a way.
Yeah, it works both ways there because you know that Castaneda and Faisal find each other. Rather, Faisal finds Castaneda really well. So he would have loved to be on the pitch with Faisal, but also Castaneda was not his own self today. He wasn't involved in the game like he usually is, and maybe that's why he was taken off. Sreenidi Deccan still trying to move along. 4-2 would be a decent scoreline. 4-1 right now as it stands will deflate them. As Faisal, lovely turn from him and then spreads it wide towards the right hand side, but that's a good defensive header from Mohammad Shahif.
And there's the communication difference with Albino Gomes, which was happening at the back. Avilash Paul was going for that outing, but the defender just asking him to stay back. It was Ashraf Ali Mongol who just came on. The communication is the key at the back. That is what was missing in the Sreenidi defense. But one thing we did not notice is that 6 matches winless Gokulam, but at the same time, out of those 6, 4 were draws, and 4 matches away from home as well. Which they played. This is their 5th away match in the last 7 games and 4th in a row. So they'll be very happy to get 3 points from this.
And probably one of their toughest, apart from playing Mohammedan Sporting. When you come to the Deccan Arena, it's always tough for many different reasons. But here could be another chance for Gokulam to move forward. Shijin tries to cut inside, is brought down. Won't be a foul though. Towards the edge of the area, Rishad gives it away, unlike him. Basit does really well, opens it up for a shot, but it's blocked by Sabia. And now Rishad will hold on to possession as we move into the final minute of the 90.
That was solid from Basit Ahmedpad. Has the physicality, has the quality. The shot was blocked though, but you would fancy in this situation of the game and playing a few passes amongst themselves. Gokulam Kerala at the back of 5 or 6 already. There is beautiful football from the Malabarians. Finally given away. Vilwan Hassan. Do they have one more spark remaining in this game? Dispossessed. Some solid piece of defending yet again from Gokulam Kerala. Timed again. And look at those passes and spaces they're getting in the midfield in the attacking third. Shigin again. And that's not well dealt with. Albino had to collect it.
But that's exactly what will open up when you're far ahead from the rest of the side. Nice ball again from Faisal to Jagdeep. Looks for a runner. 7 minutes of added time. And that 1-2 does not work out for Sreenidi Deccan. They still have 7 minutes. Not sure where that added time has come from, but at least they can get 1 or 2 back maybe.
I have an answer to that, but I wouldn't like to say it right now. But there's a Vilash Paul. There has been a few stoppages, of course, with the ankle injury for Nini Paterno and then Alex Sanchez. But anyway, that was on a lighter note, of course, but there has been a few stoppages. That is why 7 minutes added on. But good enough time for some drama here. No foul given. And Vilwan Hassan on the chase against Poba Amino. How rarely would you see him doing what he did right now? Wow. That is unexpected.
Yeah, just taking it a little too easy. Tried to flick it up and then clear it. Vilash Paul just making sure his defenders are in the right place. Jagdeep looking for a long throw perhaps. We've seen quite a few long throws in the I-League this season. Lots of teams banking on it. There will be another throwing opportunity. Basit has done well since coming on.
Throw in right now for Sreenidi. 1.5 minutes in already. Faisal Shasti. The touches and bounces on the turf is getting difficult. It should have been difficult for the away side, but it's the opposite scenario. Another throw in. Restart from the same spot. Jagdeep. Romovia, he's been involved too, but again that touch a bit difficult to control, and Gokulam run away with possession. Kamran Kusunov has options. Doesn't opt for them.
And eventually he goes wide to no foul. Comron doesn't continue his run. Could have gone into that pocket, decided not to. And that gives Gokulam Kerala a chance to just hold on to it for a little bit longer. And it has been an all-round performance from them, Vashvar. Apart from that push from Rishad, defensively solid. Not a save for Vilash Paul to make. He has also had a good game with the outings and claiming a lot of the ball. Midfield has been great, and of course their strike force always good. Now the leading scorers of the I-League. The only bad point here for Gokulam Kerala is no clean sheet, and the fact that there will be a bit of a break, so they can't continue on this on the back of this form.
It is a bit difficult in these situations with these breaks, but then the nation first, of course, and we'll all be shifting our focus there. But of course, another tournament in between will take place, the Super Cup, which is of course entertaining and exciting for the fans. And because most of the players will be on international duty, we'll see more foreigners allowed on the pitch, 6 of them to be precise. Another cross delivered and headed out with equal intent which they had in the first minute of the game, and this is the last minute as well.
I think that's very important. Just the 4 fouls here from Sreenidi Deccan, who will have to go back to the drawing board. As we said, let's take another look at it. Oh, that is a crunching jump onto no foul from, I think it was Ashraf Ali Mondal. Half of the 7 played as Avilash looks to take the shot. In fact, looked like he was going to launch it long earlier on.
Back with Avilash Paul. This time he does go long, but just chipped delicately to the feet of Vikas. And that combination play between Gokulam players, where has that been since so long? But they have finally found it. The momentum continuation will be a problem, but they will keep working. Faisal just trying a bit of tricks. Not sure the coach and the fans will like that. But he plays that way. It's not like he's trying to showboat or something. It's his style of play. Another cross in. And the positioning from Avilash Paul just knows where to be. that's why he has that massive amount of experience, even if he hasn't been starting. But that is the quality he has, and maybe now on he will be a keeper backed by this team.
Yeah, I think they should, because he has shown that stability. I think the right back four was chosen as well today by Gokulam Kerala, by Domingo Oramas Cabrera. Tactically spot on. The players have backed him up as well. And Gokulam Kerala have lost only 2 games, similar to Sreenidi Deccan, which will be their 3rd loss today. Only Mohammedan Sporting have lost less, where they haven't lost at all. And the draws have been the issue. That should be a handball from the Akti. And if they can get those draws sorted and convert them into wins, then of course the Gokulam Kerala that we're used to seeing will be on show. There's that handball from Biakte.
He thought there was a push on his back, but it was the handball which was spotted first. And now a throw in. Now we can safely say it is game set. Imagine being on a league you're watching. It's been 70-75 minutes, a team with 4-goal lead. You're still not safe enough to say the match is done. Now finally with 2 minutes remaining, and we can say that Gokulam are safely going home with 3 full points.
That is the beauty of the I-League. It's been quite a high scoring I-League this season. We said that most of the teams haven't kept too many clean sheets, and that is testament to the attacking football that we're watching. And the great part of it is that all the teams, even if they're conceding a lot, they are scoring. So as a neutral, the excitement levels are always high. The coaches won't be too happy with so many goals conceded, but it is a very entertaining league. It always has been, and it's going to get even better when we come back from the break, because that's when a lot of these sides will be hitting in their stride and competing for the title, and it could be a 3-horse, 4-horse race, and hopefully it will be.
That's the expectation, and that remains the reality most of the times. Roma Villa just a slip, and that was risky, but he'll continue because he wants his team to get a goal here, even though he knows it's a mere consolation at this stage. And now to Lunga. They have found it so difficult to control the ball, which is very, very surprising to me. And I'm saying it time and again because this is their home match. Another cross deliver, and Avilash ball once again makes it look so easy, as if it wasn't even a teasing cross. But that is it. Equations have changed. The head-to-head record tilts in favor of Gokulam now, and they have backed themselves to find this win against the Deccan Warriors at the Deccan Arena rather, and 3 full points from a 5-star performance.
Well, yes, the Malabarians and the travelling supporters will be quite happy with this one. They've come to the Deccan Arena, which is not an easy place to visit, and courtesy of that first half performance really have put this game to bed. And Sreenidi Deccan have another loss at home now. There is 2 losses at home in this season and 1 away from home, so that's something that they will have to work on. Let's take a look at the stats in the game. A lot more of the ball for Sreenidi Deccan, 64%, but it has been a problem when it comes to shots. Only 8 from them, 14 shots on target from Gokulam Kerala. Sorry, 14 shots, 6 on target. Just the 1 on target from Sreenidi Deccan, and that was in the form of a penalty. 5 fouls for them, 16 for Gokulam Kerala, 2 yellow cards, 6 corners for Sreenidi Deccan and 5 for Gokulam Kerala, and just the 1 offside.
Another example of how just possession doesn't win you games. What you do with the possession. 8 shots there, 2 from William, 1 each from Arun Biaktia, David Castaneda, Elisabia and Sissoko. But the problem was only that 1 from the spot was on target, and if you do not hit the target, you cannot expect to score goals. And that is one side of the story. The other side is 14 shots from Gokulam. Of course, credits to them. 4 from Alex Sanchez, 2 each from Abhijit, Basit and Srikut. Basit came on late and impressed. Amino Boba and Komron Tusunov with 1 attempt. But not just that attacking prowess, question marks on the defending as well from Sreenidi.
Oh yes, and that was the issue from them. As you can see, just the 5 fouls. Of course, we don't condone fouling players, but you've got to try a little bit harder, and they just did not today. Here are the fouls from them. And on the other hand, from Gokulam Kerala, They fought hard for every 50-50 ball. Some of them they lost, and the others they just kept fighting for, and they won most of them. 16 fouls for them. Abhijit with 4, Aminu and Nidin, who were great in the defense, with 3 each, Vikash with 2, and Sanchez and Comron also with 1 apiece. And that is how it stands right now. Sreenidi Deccan, 3rd place, 20 points. Gokulam Kerala have come above Shillong Lajong on 17 points, and Vashwar there's a long way to go, but with that top 6 or 7, you know that it's going to be a fight till the end.
More than 12 matches to come after this for each of these teams, and even one win changes the equation. One win takes eyes all over Sreenidi, and one win takes the other teams there on 4th and 5th, the Real Kashmir. Everyone will get in level terms, breathing on Mohammedan's neck. And there's the highlights of the game then. It started on a positive note. This was the second half, of course. No fall coming in and impressing as well from the right hand side. El Sabia, a bit frustrated looking figure.
Yeah, and then I didn't spot that, but eventually we'll get back to the highlights, and this is how we'll take it from the top. Nili Perdomo started us off with a wonderful goal, cutting inside and then back out, and Ali Sabia will not want to watch that highlight again. But I can watch this all day long. Vashwar, what a goal this was.
Well, surely Ali Sabia wouldn't want to look back at that again, but Nili Perdomo would want to look at the highlights time and again. He turned provider this time, and Alex Sanchez, easy business for him, finds his 11th goal with this one, and later on found a 12th as well, and this was 2-0. And then Srikuttan, mighty impressive throughout the match, beats Albino in his near post. Questions on the keeper, but praises for Srikuttan to back himself.
Oh yes, and then there weren't too many opportunities for Sreenidi Deccan in that first half, as you can see, and a couple of fouls here and there, smart ones for Gokulam Kerala. Speaking of smart things done, Alex Sanchez once again just making the most of Albino Gomes' outing, which was absolutely unnecessary. And Sajid was actually doing quite well there. He didn't expect his keeper to come, and then Sanchez put home his 12th of the campaign. Biakte was brought down as Sreenidi Deccan tried to get back into it, but it was always going to be a lost cause.
Well, of course, and that was an elbow from Abhijit, getting him into the books. A few fouls here and there, a penalty after that. William pulling one back, a mere consolation for Sreenidi to make it 4-1. Nothing more than that in this game for them. They tried hard, but nothing was enough, and Gokulam too strong. And this one was a good blocker from Jagdeep, but at the end of the game, it is all 3 points for Gokulam Kerala. And at full time, the scoreline reads Sreenidi Deccan 1 and Gokulam Kerala 4. It's a one-sided affair which comes to an end, and thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the game, and hope to see you again soon with more action in I-League.